Hi guys, welcome to your daily reading for Monday, July 14th, 2025. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the channel. If you want to book a personal reading, my information's in the description box. You guys can also take a look at the channel for more content like pick-a-cards and shorts. I post daily, so except for Sundays, that's the only day I take off. But other than that, let's get started. Here we go. Monday, July 14th, 2025. What can we expect? All right. We have the bear, the scythe, we have both you and someone else. Whoa, and a child. Interesting. Okay. So the corn always represents the woman, or the lady always represents the corn for me. So this is us. This is you, the viewer. This is you asking about someone. If you're asking about someone romantically or someone in mind, it doesn't need to be romantic. It could be platonic. It could be family. They come up as the other person. But this is the person in question that you're asking about, and this is you. You come up in the center of the reading. And then you have children or kids or starting something new. So if you don't have children, this could be a new start with the person, the romantic person that you're thinking about. Also, if you guys were looking for a career reading, this is probably not going to be a career reading, guys. This is going to be romantic or family related, just to let you guys know. So if you were expecting a career reading, I'm so sorry. Today is not the day for that. Love is certainly coming out here. So there's this element of protection, or protecting what is yours and what is the family unit, whatever that looks like for you. The bear usually talks about, it can talk about a lot of different things, but one of the things it talks about is some protective element. It can also talk about jealousy, if there was jealousy in the past within a relationship. But because the child is coming up here and it sort of shows like a family unit or family dynamic here, it leads me to believe that this is something relating to like an element of protection over the family, or over the family unit or the home in some way. There's some kind of change here. If you are in a romantic connection and you're on a pause, and this is like kids aside, right? Like you may or may not have children, but if you are talking about a romantic relationship that has ended in the end, or that has ended recently, or has been, there's been some kind of separation or no contact, that changes. And there's a new sort of element or new season that starts because of it. It's sort of this time out that you guys took is sort of pushing for this new start that's going to begin for you guys. You may have been at the center of this pause or this break, in the sense that it was your decision to either break away, or you're still in the space of not really being quite sure whether you want to continue this relationship or not with this person. So let's get some clarifiers. It feels like there's a lot of like responsibility that comes with this connection. It feels like you're responsible for more than just yourself in this dynamic. So even though, you know, typically in a partnership, you're responsible for your own self, for your feelings, for your actions, for your thoughts and things, and this person is responsible for theirs, there's an element that you're responsible for more than just yourself, whether it's children or whether it's your partner's feelings or actions or something like that. Not that you are in fact responsible for their actions or their feelings. It's more of a feeling of that responsibility, if that makes sense. Or you're responsible for taking care of someone, or including them in some way, whether it's financially or emotionally or physically. If there's any kind of like health issues related in this relationship or this dynamic. So as clarifiers, we have the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. There is a lot of love here. I can see that in the dynamic here. There's a lot of love here, a lot of mutual love in the relationship. There's no doubt about that. I don't think that you or this other person have any doubt about how you feel about each other or the feelings that you have for one another. In many ways, you are their ideal partner or their ideal person. You are sort of a wish come true for them in a lot of ways. But there is sort of a challenge here for them in terms of giving you the sort of attention or the place that you deserve, the amount of either respect or the role that you deserve. There may be a challenge for them in terms of like balancing their home life and their work life with you and the relationship. But there's a challenge between something else taking them away from either time or energy or effort that should be spent on developing the relationship that they have with you. It does feel like work, but it could be something else, or it could be like some kind of like either finances, work, or education, some other project that this person sort of has, priority that this person has. They might be the ones that have children. If you don't have children, if you're sort of, don't have children together, they might have children that they need to take care of. And you're sort of, I don't want to say secondary, but you're kind of in that energy of feeling like you're secondary to that particular dynamic. It could also be a brand new project that they're starting on the side, or a new job that they just started where they're developing, or they're spending a lot of their time on this new thing and sort of not developing the relationship the way that they should, or the way that they would potentially like to do. I do see the relationship growing. I do see this person speaking to you or talking to you or communicating to you their sort of desires for the relationship, because it feels like there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential for permanency in the future. There's like a lot of long-term potential, but it's almost like you need to get over this hurdle in order to be able to continue to go forward and to move forward. But it's still sort of in the phase of potential more than like actual manifestation. It's in the stage of like planning and strategizing and talking about all of the what could be's and where we could go and what we could do. If you guys have been talking about having a family together, or if someone's pregnant, or if you guys are trying to have a baby, those are the kinds of conversations that are going to come, as a result of this situation. Sort of figuring out where the priorities lie. There's a lot of potential in this connection, though. I can see that. You have three knights, Two of Pentacles and Knight of Swords here, talking about communication, and then you have 3 aces. There's so much potential here, and it is centered in love. It just feels like the logistics aren't there, or there's some kind of obstacle here. Let's get some more clarifiers. What are some of the challenges? What's going on? 5 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 6 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. You or your person could have earth placements in your chart, either in your Venus or your Sun. So earth signs would be Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. So you or your person could have those in your Venus or in your sun sign as your main sun sign. I kind of feel like this conversation that you're going to have with this person, or these discussions that you're planning on having, because I don't see necessarily just one conversation, like one end-all be-all conversation between you two. I see it sort of being the first that opens up the discussion or the talk, right? And like you continue to have conversations as a part of this or as a result of what's going on here. But it's sort of like letting bygones be bygones, because I keep seeing this energy of like moving forward and progressing the relationship into a more positive space. But there has been some resistance here and some grief or sadness, some regret here in the past. And you're both looking at this from a like hindsight 2020. I think there's going to need to be some changes in order for this relationship to thrive and be better in the future. It has a ton of potential, but you both have to want it and you both have to work towards it. I think this person genuinely wants it and desires it, to have this reunion with you, or to have this like amends sort of with you, because they do see something very long lasting with you. They see like, you know, wife, husband, husband, wife union and connection here. Because you are that kind of like spouse material, right? Partner material. And they are going to try to sort of get the relationship on the right track. But I don't know how you feel about it. Something sort of tells me that you're kind of resistant to it. It may be related to how this person resolves conflict, or there may be like sort of this lacking energy in how you guys are able to resolve your conflict in some way. There might be issues with communication. There might be issues with like passion in the relationship. There might be issues with finances and how you and your person handle your finances within the union. There is a lot of conflict here as it relates to the relationship and how to handle and how to overcome challenges. I don't think in the past you guys have been able to kind of come together, meet in the middle, and continue to go like move forward and progress the relationship in like in a positive direction where you both allow for forgiveness and compassion. I think a lot of the things that have happened in the past sort of continue to like stay in the relationship. They're not fully resolved. And as a product of that, you're kind of in this space of like, okay, will we move forward or will we not? This person is more willing to move forward than you are. I think that there's a hesitation here on your side. Let's see if we can get some advice. What can we have as advice for today for these discussions and how to move forward? Fork in the road, yeah. You know, it's really up to you what you want to do with this relationship, if you see yourself continuing this relationship with this person or not. If you have the same vision, the same values, the same, you know, sort of, you don't need to have the same needs, but you both need to understand each other well enough to know what's important to the other so that you can kind of adapt and give that to each other. And I think there's a little bit of a struggle there. I think overall, you're going to need to follow your gut on this situation. Also, I kind of get this message that if you need time to decide, there's plenty of time to decide. I don't see any sort of urgency in this particular situation. This person, I don't think this person is necessarily going to push you for a response, like a yes or no right now. So I would think that the recommendation here from Spirit would be to take your time. If you don't have an answer right away, it's okay to take your time and decide. You have the Seven of Pentacles here, and you have other cards that are just sort of slow-moving cards, like with the Knight of Pentacles here, and you have it here as well. I wouldn't rush it. I would sort of just wait and see how this person and you continue to react, and the dynamic that you continue to have, if you can continue to build, because there is a ton of potential. But you both have to continue to invest day in and day out in order to be able to reap the rewards and the results of your hard labor. It can come in time, but you need to both be on board at 100% in order to make this work. So take your time with it. If you're not ready to decide, you don't need to decide today. All right, guys. Well, I hope you resonated with the message. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.